There are kings who rule with armies, kings who command empires. And then, there's Blackagar Boltagon, the silent king of the Inhumans. A man who carries the weight of a crown not through politics, not through fear, but through something far more terrifying, his voice. Because when Black Bolt speaks, entire cities die. Even the faintest whisper from his lips can level mountains. A single word could wipe a nation off the map. That's why he never speaks. Why he lives in silence. Why every glance, every motion, every breath is measured. Because Black Bolt is not just a ruler. He is a walking apocalypse. For years, the Inhumans hid in the shadows of the Marvel Universe, isolated in their city of Attilan, guided by their king's quiet hand. Black Bolt's subjects revered him, feared him, and trusted him to keep his deadly gift under control. But here's the thing about power. Sooner or later, someone tests it. And when the debate begins over who is truly the strongest being alive, Black Bolt's name always appears near the top of the list. But against him stands another name. Superman. The Man of Steel needs no introduction. The last son of Krypton. A hero of impossible strength, blazing speed, and unshakable will. He is a man who stands for hope, for life, for truth. And in this impossible matchup, it all boils down to one question. Can Superman, who has faced gods, titans, and monsters, withstand the destructive might of a single spoken word? To understand the stakes, we need to see the scale of Black Bolt's power. Once, in a desperate battle, he unleashed a full scream. That scream tore apart planets, sending shockwaves through space. Another time, just saying the word stop disintegrated armies. His voice is not sound. It's destruction itself, carried on waves of sonic force. Even a whisper from him could stagger someone like the Hulk. Imagine what a single syllable would do to Superman. But here's where it gets tricky. Superman isn't just strong. He's resistant. His Kryptonian physiology absorbs solar energy, granting him durability that shrugs off nukes, magic bolts, and cosmic blasts. He's walked away from supernovas. He's fought beings who could rip apart reality itself. So, does that mean Black Bolt's voice would simply wash over him? Or would it finally be the thing that breaks the Man of Steel? The stage is set. A silent king, with power beyond comprehension. A Kryptonian, forged in the heart of a dying sun. One bound by silence, the other driven by hope. The question is no longer who is stronger. The question is, what happens when silence finally meets steel? And in that clash, will the first sound Black Bolt utters be the last sound Superman ever hears? The battleground is set. Two legends. Two forces of nature. One silent, one unbreakable. Superman floats above the skyline, the wind tugging at his cape, eyes glowing faintly with heat. He doesn't want this fight. He never does. But Black Bolt stands firm, expression unreadable, his hands folded behind his back like a king about to pass judgment. Around them, the world holds its breath. Because everyone knows, the moment Black Bolt opens his mouth, death follows. Superman speaks first, his voice calm but strong. You don't want to do this. We don't have to fight. But Black Bolt doesn't answer. He can't. A single no could vaporize the street beneath them. Instead, his eyes narrow, his stance shifting slightly. He is ready. Superman steps forward, his words tinged with urgency now. I've faced gods before. I've survived the end of worlds. But if you unleash that voice, innocent lives will be caught in the fire. And yet, Black Bolt does not move. He doesn't need to. His silence is the warning. Then it begins. Black Bolt moves faster than anyone expects, not with speed, but with precision. He strikes with raw, inhuman power, super strength enhanced by electron manipulation, a force few beings can withstand. His blow crashes against Superman's chest like thunder, sending the Kryptonian reeling through a building. But Superman rises, dust and rubble falling off his shoulders. He wipes the blood from his lip, a rare sight. You're strong, he admits. But strength isn't enough. And then he charges. The two clash in midair. Blow for blow, strike for strike. Black Bolt's fists glow with raw energy as he channels his electron manipulation into devastating strikes. each one like a miniature explosion. Superman blocks, counters, his fists moving faster than human eyes could follow. The shockwaves rattle the city, glass shattering for miles. Yet through it all, Black Bolt remains silent. Because he knows, if he speaks, it ends. But Superman presses harder. He isn't just strong. He's strategic. He darts behind Black Bolt, slamming him into the ground. He uses heat vision in controlled bursts, testing the Inhuman King's durability. He tries to pin him, to subdue him, to end the fight without forcing Black Bolt's voice into play. And then it happens. Superman, in his determination, strikes too hard. Black Bolt staggers, blood trailing from his mouth. His composure cracks. For the first time in the battle, his lips part, and a sound escapes. Just one word. Stop. The air itself tears apart. The ground shatters in a shockwave that ripples for miles. Buildings crumble like sandcastles. Superman is thrown backward, his body engulfed in sound so powerful it's like being struck by the core of a star. He crashes into the earth, the impact shaking the battlefield. For the first time in years, Superman feels the raw weight of vulnerability. His ears ring, his chest burns, and his invincible body? It bleeds. Black Bolt stares at him, chest heaving, his silence shattered but his control regained. He will not speak again. Not unless forced. But the message is clear. Even the Man of Steel is not beyond the reach of the Silent King's voice. And Superman knows the next word could be his last. The battlefield is in ruins. Dust hangs in the air like smoke after war. Superman pushes himself from the rubble, cape shredded, his body aching in ways he hasn't felt since Doomsday. Across from him, Black Bolt stands tall, the faint trace of blood at his lips the only sign of strain. One whisper, just one, and it nearly broke the Man of Steel. Superman wipes the blood from his chin, his eyes burning red with resolve. If that's the extent of your power, then I'm still standing. Black Bolt says nothing. He doesn't need to. His silence carries the weight of his crown. But deep down, Superman knows. If Black Bolt speaks again, there may be nothing left to save. The two collide once more. Superman launches forward, his speed breaking the sound barrier instantly. Black Bolt counters with a surge of electron energy, his fists glowing with destructive force. They clash in midair, each blow shaking the atmosphere, each strike sending shockwaves that flatten what little remains of the cityscape. Superman pulls no punches now. He unleashes heat vision at full intensity, forcing Black Bolt to raise shields of raw energy. The beams scorch the earth, slicing skyscrapers in half. Yet Black Bolt holds. His will is unbreakable as his body. This is no longer a test of strength. It's a test of endurance, resolve, and control. Superman drives Black Bolt into the sky, higher and higher until they break into the upper atmosphere. Here, Superman has the advantage. Bathed in sunlight, his cells drink in power. His speed increases. His blows land harder. He pins Black Bolt with a flurry of strikes that would fell gods. But then, Black Bolt opens his mouth again. Not a scream, not even a word. Just a breath. A low hum escapes, barely audible, but it's enough. The vibration rattles through the void, ripping through Superman's bones. The Kryptonian gasps, his vision blurring, as the hum grows into a resonant wave. The Silent King does not need to shout to kill. Even the gentlest sound is devastation. Superman falls, crashing back through the atmosphere, smoke trailing behind him like a comet. He slams into the earth, leaving a crater miles wide. For a moment, silence. Then the rubble shifts. Superman rises once more. His uniform scorched. His body bruised. But his spirit? Untouched. Impressive, he mutters. His voice is strained, but his eyes are steady. But I don't give up. Not ever. The final clash begins. Superman moves faster than sight, striking from every angle. Black Bolt defends, retaliates, his energy detonations carving scars into the earth. The world trembles beneath them, as though the planet itself fears the outcome. Then, in one last desperate gamble, Black Bolt draws a breath, preparing to unleash his full voice. the scream that could shatter mountains, split oceans, and tear the earth itself apart. But Superman knows. And before Black Bolt can release it, Superman closes the distance, faster than the sound can escape. His hand clamps over the king's mouth, cutting off the scream. With his other hand, he drives Black Bolt into the ground, holding him there with strength that bends reality itself. Enough, Superman says, his voice trembling not with fear, but with compassion. You're powerful, more powerful than most. But if you use that voice again, you'll destroy everything you swore to protect. I won't let that happen. Black Bolt stares up at him, fury burning in his eyes, but also understanding. Slowly, Superman releases him, stepping back, his chest rising and falling with exhaustion. The Silent King remains silent. Not out of defiance. Out of necessity. Because deep down, even he knows, Superman's will cannot be broken. Not by armies. Not by gods. Not even by the voice that can kill. The battle ends not with victory. Not with defeat. But with a stalemate. A reminder that sometimes the greatest power is not the ability to destroy, but the strength to hold back. And between Superman and Black Bolt, both men walk away knowing the truth. One carries the burden of silence. The other carries the weight of hope. And the world still stands.